The Book of Proverbs was written to guide, but also to heal. It heals thoughts that became tangled in fear, emotions that broke in silence, and hearts that learned to hide their pain. Many people walk through life carrying wounds that no one sees, yet they keep smiling on the outside. But Scripture says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." When a heart is wounded, everything around it feels heavier. When the mind is tired, even simple things become overwhelming. But when God speaks through His wisdom, something inside begins to align, to clear, to breathe again. This video is a journey through Proverbs that bring light to the mind and rest to the heart, words written centuries ago, yet still restoring anyone willing to listen. Today, as you hear these passages, let each one touch places you no longer know how to handle. Let the weight inside you find relief in the truth. Let God do what only He can do, heal you from the inside out. This is a moment of stillness, honesty, and deep connection with the Word. This may be the moment when you finally understand that your mind is not broken, your heart is not lost, and your story still has chapters of restoration written by God. Breathe, open your spirit, and let eternal wisdom speak to you. The mind is a battlefield where unseen wars take place. Repetitive thoughts, worries that return again and again, old wounds that turn small doubts into giant fears. Many times we are not tired of life, we are tired of thinking. Proverbs says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." This verse reveals a deep truth. The human mind grows sick when it tries to carry what was meant to be surrendered. Some believe that thinking more will solve what they feel, but all they do is sink deeper into exhaustion. One young man spent years trying to control every detail of his life. He believed that if he analyzed enough, he would stop suffering. But every night, he ended up even more overwhelmed. When he finally read this proverb, something broke inside him. He realized his mind didn't need more logic, it needed rest. He didn't need more answers, he needed trust. And in that surrender, peace began to rise. Maybe you too feel tired of thoughts that won't stop, of worrying about everything, of carrying burdens you cannot change. God's wisdom does not come to condemn you. It comes to free your mind from the weight of trying to control everything. When you surrender what overwhelms you, something begins to heal. The mind finds space, the spirit finds air, and the heart finds rest. The human heart holds more than it should. It holds words that hurt, silences that marked us, losses that were never processed, and moments that left invisible scars. Proverbs teaches, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. Many believe that time alone heals pain, but the truth is that the heart does not heal by waiting. It heals when it receives truth. Truth that brings light to hidden places, truth that dismantles guilt, truth that breaks shame. A man carried wounds for years that he never spoke of. He learned to be strong on the outside and silent on the inside, until he no longer knew what peace even felt like. When he read this proverb, he understood that his heart didn't need to be tougher, it needed to be seen. Truth did not come to destroy him, truth came to free him. Just as a dark room does not need more strength, only a lamp, the heart does not need hardness, it needs clarity. Maybe you have been carrying things you shouldn't carry anymore. Maybe there are memories that still hurt, even if no one knows. God does not expose to shame, God illuminates to heal. When truth enters, what once felt unbearable becomes manageable. What felt eternal becomes temporary, and what seemed impossible to overcome slowly loses its power. A wounded heart is not condemned, it is waiting to be restored by truth. Anxiety doesn't always scream. Sometimes it hides behind long pauses, racing thoughts, or an emotional tightness that no one can see. Proverbs says, "A peaceful heart gives life to the body." This means peace is not a spiritual luxury, it is internal medicine. It is the state where the mind stops fighting and the heart stops bleeding in silence. A young man discovered this when he reached the limit of his own strength. The more he tried to battle alone, the more he drowned emotionally. But when he chose to bring his burden to God, something began to shift. The circumstances did not disappear overnight, but the storm inside him started to calm. Peace does not mean everything is perfect outside. It means everything is aligned inside. Proverbs teaches that peace is not the absence of problems, it is the presence of direction. It does not come when life becomes orderly. It comes when the heart becomes surrendered. Sometimes you try so hard to be strong, but true strength is allowing God to fight the internal battle for you. Breathe. The peace your heart needs is not built through effort, it is received. When God heals the mind, He brings clarity. When He heals the heart, He brings direction. And when He heals both, He reveals purpose. Proverbs says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Healing does not mean forgetting what happened. It means no longer living from the wound. The young man who once lived, trapped in dark thoughts and broken emotions, began to walk with firmer steps. Not because his life became perfect, but because his inner world was restored. Healing is not an event. It is an ongoing process, a daily rebuilding guided by God. What once controlled you begins to lose power. What once paralyzed you no longer defines your destiny. God transforms pain into wisdom, confusion into discernment, and wounds into preparation. Purpose is not born in moments of ease. It is born from the heart and mind, shaped by divine hands. If you are in a healing process today, you are not falling behind. You are being prepared for something greater. God does not want you living divided between a tired mind and a wounded heart. He wants you whole, strong, aware of your value, and confident in His voice. Proverbs is not just ancient wisdom, it is eternal medicine for those who let its words reach deep within. Today you heard verses that do more than teach, they restore. God has seen every thought that exhausted you, every memory that hurt you, every emotion you tried to hide. And still, He calls you by your name, not by your wound. Healing does not mean perfection, it means freedom. Freedom to feel, to release, to move forward, to believe again in what once felt lost. This may be the day when your mind finds rest and your heart finds calm, not because everything changed outside, but because something changed inside. May God illuminate your inner world, strengthen you where you feel weak, give you clarity where there was confusion, and fill you with peace where there was once a storm. Your process is not a sign of failure, it is a sign of transformation. And whatever God transforms, He also uses for purpose and glory. This is your season to heal, to grow, and to rise again.